as bad as that throw was, it was ugly. What a mess. I actually did get a couple blue crabs, surprisingly. This actually hurts quite a bit for as small as that blue crab is, so I highly recommend never, ever, ever let a blue crab get you, because this is starting to get numb now that he's been on my finger for like a minute and a half. So I'm hoping that he'll let go at some point. I want to put him in the bucket, but actually wasn't a bad little haul. Look, boom, another crab. So at least I got 2 crabs and 1 little fish, so it's actually not too bad for a terrible first throw. So second cast, I got 1 more blue crab. They're all baby blue crabs. Well, that's exciting, man. I haven't thrown a cast net in probably 2 years. They're horrible, ugly throws, but you know where we're staying, there's a, you know, it's right up there, it's right on the beach, and I walked out on the low tide. There's this nice run out, you can see it right through here. Whenever there's a run out, I like to fish these, and usually if I'm going to get bait, I'll try to throw the cast net around there, just because I don't know why. Earlier at the high tide mark goes all the way up to the rocks, so you can't see anything, any of this. So I came out, and the low tide obviously exposed all this. So I'm just gonna keep cast netting, and what I'm really hoping for is just some big mullet or something that I can cut up, because I think at this point, since my paddleboard went to destroyed itself, that I want to just catch a shark or something. Here's a couple cool little catches. That's a whiting, a baby whiting. And that's a baby something. It almost looks like a baby whiting too. Big baby whiting, little baby whiting. Cool.
Put him in the sun?
Look how he's very jelly-like. What'd you think, Joni?
What do you think? You want to take a beach? Oh, he says, there's water. Nice. Put him down anyway. Woo! There he goes.
So I just cast this giant, oops. That's why I don't go out very far, because there's tons of these things out here.
Yeah.
So that killed Steve Irwin right there.
He's trying to swim away.
Alright, so we're here on the north end of Jekyll Island. We're going to do a little bit of crabbing. I actually found this spot by watching some other YouTuber that came out to Jekyll and did some crabbing. So thank you for whoever that was for coming out here. We got Elijah. We're basically just going to be using one of these, put in some chicken neck and fish and throw it out, let it sit for a bit. I also got some other rope, and we're going to put some mullet and some other chicken necks on there, and hopefully we'll catch a couple crabs. We'll see. All right, we got one line out, boom. That's the one with the little pot thing. And then I'm about to throw out another one. Over here. Oh yeah. There's a bite. You want to reel it? Yeah. Reel it. Reel it good.
I hope we catch anything. I hope it doesn't come off.
Me too. Keep going, keep going. Lift it high. Oh. something was eating it, but it didn't stay on. Very slowly. Go. See what you do? Take your mullet, take your fish over here, and just burn it tight together like that. And you see it? Bring it over here. Step over this way. We're gonna swing it and then let go. So 1, 2, and then let go now. And 3. Good job. High five. High five. So even though we're not catching a bunch of fish, you know, just bringing the cast net and being able to get a couple little fish, it keeps them preoccupied. Elijah loves to play with the little fishies, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in here. That one's dead. Why'd you put the dead fish in there?
You're having too much fun.
Too much fun? Yeah, they look like they're having a little party in there, huh?
Yeah.
So much party that one of them kind of floating a little bit. So Elijah just took a little dip. I told him earlier there was a hole right here, and he didn't listen too well because what happened? What happened? Did you fall in the hole?
I'm wet.
It's okay. You can do it wet. Come on, follow me.
I can't. I don't like cutting fish wet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, just stay here and dry off, and then you can help me cut, okay? Oh, careful. Hook flying around. Careful, hook flying around. All right. So when we're in here on the inshore side, I just make a little, here's a tiny little, I don't know, 1 ounce circle weight with a tiny little circle hook. Not much action today. The crabs don't like chicken necks. The fish don't like mullet. So maybe I'll put some shrimp out. Ah, shoot, where'd he go? Surprised he didn't get blowed up on my feet and pinch my toes. No bites so far. It's been about 30 minutes. And I think I'm about to reel this thing in and just see if there's been any bites or anything. One thing I did want to show y'all, you gotta be careful when you're out here. This is the Georgia coast, so the water's not clear at all. It's just muddy, milky, chocolate. You know, obviously, you got to be careful. Yesterday I caught a big old stingray. I mean, it was in my cast net. I mean, that is, I've never caught anything like that in my cast net, but you couldn't see it. There's no way, and it's in very shallow water. I walk out into the water to cast net and to cast my rod, but you know, I'm not out here playing in the water or anything. So you just got to be careful. So one thing I normally do is I only let my line sit for about 15 to 20 minutes before I recheck it, rebait it, and throw it to a different spot. If I don't get anything within 15 minutes, there's no fish right there, or the bait's gone or something. If you don't get anything, reel it in, check the bait, and recast to a new area if you're not getting any bites. I just checked the rod and there was actually something on there, actually very big. It pulled some drag and I totally missed it. It jumped right off. As you can see, it took probably this top, but it was pretty big. Oops. the rig's falling over. It bent my hook. So that hook should not be like that. It's completely bent. So new hook is in order, and I'm gonna get it back out there. I thought I saw a hit, and I let it sit for a minute and nothing came back. There are a bunch of crabs out here. It could have just been crabs, but I'm gonna throw out. I got enough for one more throw, and we'll see what happens. I got time for one more throw, so we'll see what happens. We got time for one more throw, so we'll see what happens. We got time for one more throw, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, we're just gonna throw it out here and kind of see what happens. Yeah. So it's hard to tell, but you may be able to see. I'm pretty sure I was just getting a bite. No, that's definitely a bite. It doesn't look like much. All that work for a dirty catfish. The Georgia coast isn't well known for its awesome surf fishing. I mean, you can catch some nice stuff, I'm sure. Catfish is pretty much the norm from what I heard, so I think I'm done. I'm gonna go get some dinner. We'll put this thing up, and I'll let this stupid little catfish go. I did not get skunked, which is nice. Technically, I caught a fish. May not be the fish that I actually want, but beggars can't be choosers. We'll get this bad boy released. Hey, never touch these things. You see that? They have little spines. I almost stabbed my toe with it. That thing right there. And I think the sides too. These things, these, and that.
That will sting you.
Not gently. There he goes. Get him, seagull. I should have given him to the seagulls.